to the Dr. Wallace Show. I am Juanita Wallace, and I'm provocative, I'm fearless, outspoken civil rights leader. I dream, I speak, but more importantly, I take action. This show is for you, the viewers. We're going to encourage you to foster economic development, deliver news and views, inspire and challenge others, especially young people. I want to market your business, sell your commodities, also improve your image. But we want to educate, 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 because that's my passion. Educate through the public school, and I really mean public school. Today we have one young man, very outstanding. I attended his stage show on Sunday night, and I was blown away by the message, by the costumes, but more importantly by the message. And I have him here with me. I'm just so delighted. So Mr. Wingfield, please tell us, the listening viewers, about your show.
The Awakening is what I call, it's a theatrical production, but it is a theatrical production that's based on finding solutions to many of the problems that cripple our communities. I use my journey as a fashion designer to show how images and words have power. The collection of images and words that repeat over and over again in our conscience, they begin to mold the perceptions that we have of not only ourselves, but each other. And ultimately, that will create your community. Your community will always be a reflection of the collection of images and words that it has held upon a mantle.
Now, we'll stop there, we'll start, because he knows what to say. We just wanted to practice. So now, just
it's funny he's sitting in front of me because I'm talking about Muhammad.
Oh goodness, hey, hello. Hello. Good to be before I get the proclamation.
This is actually we're talking about.
Oh, do you? Oh my
The
God.
only reason I didn't go to the show last night is because somebody called me to the video show.
Wow.
Good to finally meet you.
Okay, now you really are. I mean, fair. Now, you know, this is a divine order. Yes, it is. This is a divine order from God. Believe me when I tell you.
That's so great.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, this is going to be the real tape. All right. Welcome to Dr. Wallace Show. I am Juanita Wallace. I am provocative. I'm fearless. I believe in justice. And not only do I believe in justice, I dream, I think, but I act on issues. I want to take you to a journey where you have never been before. I want to help you to understand, to foster economic development in our community. I want to help you to improve your image, but more importantly, I want to educate. And when I say educate, not just a regular education, I want a public school education because I believe in public school. So we want to inspire and challenge our young people to be greater than they've ever been before. So I would market your commodities, your services, but more importantly, once again, I will educate, educate, and educate. And speaking of educating, I went to a stage show on Sunday night, and boy was I educated. The information that I gathered, the notes that I took even in the theater, just took me back to the point that I know we are great. And when I say great, Black people are great. And you've shown it through your artistry. So tell us about the Awakening, because I want everybody, not only in Dallas, state of Texas, but in the United States, to have an opportunity to view what I saw on Sunday.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
My name is Antonio Wingfield, and The Awakening was created as an answer to many of the issues that continue to cripple our communities. In my journey as a fashion designer, I came to find that images and words are powerful.
Oh, yes.
If an image and word is repeated over and over again, it becomes synonymous with our perceptions. They become synonymous with each other. If you repeat an image and you see a word next to it, they become synonymous, and vice versa. As I look at our communities, I realize that our communities are becoming crippled by images and words, negative images and words.
Yes.
Phrases like, why I don't deal with black people. You know, you will hear this chanted by too many blacks on a regular basis as to why, you know, I don't deal with black women, or as to why I prefer not to live near too many black people. The N-word has become as common as flushing the toilet, as people claim that it's a term of endearment, but when you look at what's occurring around the word, the actions aren't so endearing. So it's a contradiction to what we're saying.
Yes.
And so what that led me on a journey. It intercepted my journey as a fashion designer. I started realizing that the way we see beauty is also connected to the words that we use to describe our people. And so, as a designer, I saw the connection between beauty and the problems that exist within our community. And I wanted to write a story based on my discoveries about the connection of beauty to our communities. And that's what The Awakening is. The Awakening is a theatrical production, and it's entertaining, but it is for the purpose of finding solutions. I believe that if we complain about anything, it is essential that you search for a solution. Otherwise, the complaint is it just kind of ends up on, you know, a doorstep.
Yes.
It goes nowhere. You know, it just sits there. And so that's what The Awakening is. It is a theatrical production with the intent of finding solutions for our communities.
Wonderful. Now, tell me, what plans do you have for getting this awakening piece out to the masses of people?
Well, our goal is we want to see the show travel globally.
Okay.
We believe that it's a message that needs to be heard. And it's also a message that needs to be seen.
Yes.
Because of the power of imagery. Right now, we are currently raising funds. We're raising funds for the production. It is a costly production because of the costuming involved.
Yes.
You know, when I wrote the story, I wanted to use the power of imagery, and most importantly, because in my experience as a designer and as a person who likes to work with children, I've seen how children are affected by imagery, and just seeing something. There's power in seeing your face. I mean, we're surrounded by images that we're oftentimes not embraced, right? You'll look at a billboard. Billboards surround us every day, and it's rare that you see like a black face that is glorified.
Exactly.
You know, glorified and made glamorous in the way that is true to what it is.
Absolutely.
On a regular basis. And so I wanted a lot of that in this show. And so that is costly. So we're raising money for that. And there's a lot of art in the show. So right now we're beginning our campaign for fundraising to take it to city after city. We seek for the show not to be expensive to see. I did not want to create a show that shuts out sectors of our community.
Absolutely.
Because of the price of a ticket.
Absolutely.
So it's very important for me for the show to be very affordable, because it's most important for me for the message to be heard. And for it to be heard, it has to be affordable to see for everyone.
Absolutely.
And even for myself, there's some sectors of the community that I'd actually like to see for free, if that's possible, because I believe it's a necessary message.
And I think as co-sponsors or sponsors in the community, we could actually sponsor it so that a group of children can see it, a group of young adults could see it, because like I said in my opening statement, everyone needs to see this. Once you see it, you will never be the same. You cannot be the same, because you have to understand. The one thing that stands out most in my mind, and I remember someone once said to my daughter and me that she's such a pretty girl to be so dark. And people use that statement all the time. Well, why can't she be pretty? Because she's pretty. And why put the subliminal message in because she's dark? I would say this pretty thing right here is black, and it's pretty. Your pants and your slacks are pretty. I don't
Just
need to
as it
say
is.
they're just pretty. That is the reality of it. So you don't have to put because they're black.
Yes.
And I think it's important that our people understand that Africa is our birthplace. And once they understand that Africa is our birthplace, not only our birthplace, but the birthplace of every man, boy, and child, that is civilization, then they will understand that not only is black beautiful, but also we are geniuses in our own rights. And no one should be put down because of the color of their skin. Absolutely.
And the reality is, what people don't realize, and one of the things that we seek to show with our production is that generalizations like that and comments like that, we don't realize spit at the core of who we are.
Yes.
Because if you call, the irony is, if you call yourself black, right? But at the same time, you say pretty for a dark girl. Well, black is dark. So there's no way to separate yourself from the insult, even though you think you're light, but you call yourself a black person, which is dark in nature.
Exactly.
So it's a contradiction.
Absolutely.
But that contradiction reflects the chaos that's occurring. We don't realize that the words that we're using, it's creating the chaos because the words make no sense.
Absolutely. And there was one piece that one statement that you made. People that love themselves, they pour their resources back. Just say that for me, please. Say that.
It's people, those who love, you get it right, those who love themselves or love their people are more likely to pour their resources into their communities and themselves.
Wonderful.
It's because love is an action. It's a feeling too. There's loving feelings. We have loving feelings, but you can't just have a loving feeling. Like I can't say I feel love for you, but then I treat you like dirt. That's I'm not practicing the action of love to you. So what I mean by the statement is simply if I'm loving my community, I'm more likely to be mindful about my actions, my attitudes, my words that I'm using towards my community. And so that's going to show where I consciously decide, I want to pick up the trash off the street.
That's it.
I want to go paint Miss Ella's house because I love Miss Ella and I want her to wake up to a beautifully painted home. Or I go to my community and I say, well, my community needs new computers. This school needs new computers. I'm not going to complain. I may complain. I'm going to complain at first, but I'm going to start planning. I'm going to start planning because I love my community. And it's really that simple, and I believe the solutions are very simple. We've made them complicated. The reason why I think the solutions seem complicated to a lot of people is because the hardest thing for people to do is take a moment, stop, and look at yourself and be honest with your collection of words and actions. And that's really what it is. And then decide that, I want to, because loving someone is also a decision.
Yes, it is.
To love them. To say, I want to love you. I may not know how. And that's okay. We have to get to a point where we as a people, as a community, where we say, it's okay if we don't know the how. That's okay. It's okay to not know the solution. But it's the desire to want to find a solution, that's where it starts.
Absolutely.
Because that will bring us to the round table of saying, okay, you know what, I have no idea how to heal this. That's okay. But you know what, I want to. And you'll find, if you have that desire, you're going to find the solution.
You will find it because you can always seek out the opinions and research and have others to help you make that step forward.
Yes,
absolutely. Speaking of step forward, tell me what we can do, the viewing audience can do to help you. Because, I'll sing your praise forever. That actual Awakening theatrical show just made me realize that I can even do more. Yes.
Thank you, thank you. Well, one of the things that you could do is support our upcoming show on April 13th at the Majestic Theater.
Oh, wonderful.
It'll be our second show at that particular location. The show's been running for about a year and a half.
Okay.
It started in a parking lot. At the Pan-African Connection, which is a wonderful haven. I encourage anybody to visit this store.
Oh, yes.
The owner's name is Equate. She is just one of the most beautiful people I've ever met. You go into her store, you feel like home.
Yes.
She opened her doors to us and allowed us to develop this show. And we developed it at her place and did a 2-day presentation in the parking lot. And so that's where it started. And so just to come out and support us at the Majestic Theater, and also you can visit our website at thefashionopera.com for any sponsors or anyone who would like to make donations to our...
Say that again, slowly.
To thefashionopera.com.
Okay.
If you could visit there, and you can contact Darnell Sanders, who is in charge of that end of it. You can contact him at his phone number or his email address, which is listed on the site, if you'd like to make a contribution.
Well, wonderful. This has been absolutely fantastic, but not as fantastic as Sunday was. Thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time to come. Thank you. If you're in the audience, I'm asking you to visit that website. I'm asking you to go ahead and take advantage of this. This is for you. As I stated earlier, educating yourself is for you. People can take all kinds of things away from you, but they can never take the knowledge you have. And once you have the knowledge, you've got it forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you.